Third Firefall with our national anthem. And darkened McNichols Arena in Denver, Colorado. We're set for the starting lineups for tonight's game. And let's take a look at them. The Bulls are 28-14, 13-8 on the road. And, of course, it begins up front with Horace Grant. Scottie Pippen completes the front line with Bill Cartwright in the middle tonight. And then the guard combination, B.J. Armstrong moves up to the first team again, Red.
Yeah, it's good to see B.J. back. And there's Michael Jordan. Look for a big night for him. Not too many guys can cover him on this ball club.
And for the Denver Nuggets, LaFonso Ellis gets the start up front. He's really playing well as a rookie out of Notre Dame.
Yes, he should thank John McLeod for making him stay that extra year. He's had a great season so far.
We mentioned this man on the pregame, Reggie Williams, and he can up-tempo and really get out on the wing and make things happen for this ball club.
He's really found a home here with this ball club.
In the middle, an intimidator, a shot blocker, Dikembe Mutombo.
Wow, this guy, he makes you think about going down that middle.
In the backcourt, Chris Jackson at the point.
Chris Jackson was averaging about 32 points a game when he came into the city in Chicago.
And from Chicago, Marcus Liberty.
A playground legend in Chicago.
Well, again, the arena is darkened here as the Bulls are being introduced, the entire squad, and in a moment they'll have the starting lineup for this crowd. A sellout crowd here at McNichols Arena, Red. They have been drawing fairly well, about 13,000, but this place holds in excess of 17,000 people, so it's going to be probably a while before they are in a position where they're selling out every game. Take a look at what the Bulls have been through, and that's the log now. And 5 Texas Triangle tries. The Bulls just 3-12, and have gone 0-3 3 times, 1-2 3 times. The standings in the Central Division, again, we mentioned this during Bullseye. Despite the fact the Bulls have struggled a bit, 1-2 on this road trip, and have lost 3 of their last 4, they still maintain a 3-game lead over Cleveland. And Bob Hill has Indiana playing a little bit better at this juncture, Red Shirt.
Yeah, they're at the 50% mark, only 7 games back.
And the Midwest Division, take a look at this. There's Denver at 14-26. If you could have taken that 14-game losing streak, Red, and made it 7-7, break even for the Nuggets,
yeah,
they'd be in much better shape.
You look up at the 2 leaders there, Utah and San Antonio. San Antonio had that win streak again stopped in Phoenix. Phoenix stopped their win streak, and they returned a favor last night.
Houston's been playing well as well. 3-point shooting. The leading team, Chicago ranked 5th, and that's a big improvement, Red, over last year.
But now that's a misleading figure with John Paxson going. He's shooting 51% from 3-point range, so that's going to knock that percentage down without him in the lineup.
Here are the leaders, B.J. Armstrong, who will be in the All-Star competition, in the 3-point shot competition coming up on All-Star weekend, having a fine season from beyond the line.
Yeah, well, they both have 2 good 3-point shooters in Trent Tucker and John Paxson, as I mentioned, but neither one have enough to put him in the top category as B.J.
So the Denver Nuggets, who are 12-7 at home and 2-19 on the road, and obviously, John Kerr, that is a product of a young ball club. They're going to struggle on the road. There's no question about that. But at home, under the horse, Dan Issel in his first year as head coach, they're coming along very well.
Well, you know, he always tells us to say hello to his folks who are watching in Batavia, and tonight I'm sure they'll be watching the horse in action now as a coach.
You know, I tell you, Red, there was a point last year where Dan Issel was thinking about just going back to Kentucky and raising thoroughbred racehorses. And when he got that opportunity to become a head coach in this league, he certainly changed his mind. A veteran crew of officials, Wally Rooney, Terry Durham, and Jack Nees on hand to officiate tonight's game. You watch the world champion Chicago Bulls huddle up around Phil Jackson. At the moment, as we discussed, there is the official setup. As we discussed in the pregame show, at the moment, the Bulls are not going to make a roster move, at least not immediately. And as a result, Phil Jackson playing shorthanded with this ball club. Should be pointed out also that the Nuggets are without Mark Macon tonight, starting guard, placed on the injured list with a strained right wrist. Bryant Stiff, another guard who is a good defensive player, #1 draft choice out of Virginia. They're very high on him. He's been out recently. He had a broken foot and has been out much of the season. He is in uniform tonight, but they're not sure if he's going to be able to play.
This guy may not find us. We got a seat almost down at center court, so he will.
He found you.
Yep.
Red, he's not, you know. You got to give Michael a little more credit than that. He's going to seek and find you. Michael on top per usual, leading the league in scoring. And certainly 32 points against that, despite a 15-point performance in that blowout win over the Dallas Mavericks. MJ played just 27 minutes in that ball game. The Bulls, of course, seems like we've been on the road for a month. In the traveling Reds, and the Nuggets in the home whites, and Denver controls the opening tip. Nuggets on the attack. Mutombo going to work. Jordan is there. B.J. Armstrong. Nicely done on the floater.
You know, you like to see the Bulls did not go to the free throw line very often in that game in Houston, and it's good to see, Wayne, a young guard like B.J. take it straight on in and challenge Mutombo.
You know, they went to the line, I believe, about 6 or 8 times in Houston. That was it. Bulls leading in the early going. Jackson from deep. Michael Jordan, another rebound. Just underway from McNichols Arena. What is the altitude here at this building? 5,000, is it 280? 5,280. They've got that posted on the door as you come in here. Jordan has to change his mind. 5 to go on the shot clock now. MJ gets the step on Williams, and Reggie held it.
This could be a big, big factor here. Reggie Williams gets in foul trouble early because without, as you mentioned, Brian Stith and Mark Macon, they don't have that 6'5", 6'6" guy to come in and play MJ.
And the Bulls obviously will try to exploit that. Now, Scottie Pippen had goggles on as he was shooting before the game tonight and also during the warm-ups. But here in the game, he doesn't have the glasses on. Shot off the mark, and Alfonso Ellis the rebound. Here's Jackson. Marcus Liberty hasn't really found his niche yet on this ball club, Liberty. Alfonso Ellis has. He has been a tireless rebounder for this ball club. Chris Jackson with 7 to go on the shot clock. Horace Grant down low with a baby hook. Mutombo clears. Dikembe averaging 11.8 rebounds a game. Jackson out at the point. Here's Williams for 3. Horace Grant is there for the rebound. Bulls had it completely surrounded. Armstrong, nice feed to Jordan. MJ backing Reggie Williams one-on-one close to the hoop. Jordan gets the rim. Michael's first 2 points of the game. The Bulls back on top. Jackson out of LSU, prolific scorer at LSU. Williams again from the outside. Horace Grant tries loose the rebound over the back of Alfonso Ellis. Bulls on the run at a 3-on-2. BJ gives it up to Horace.
He had so many guys to give it to, they almost fumbled that one away.
It was a pick'em type deal. Yep. Here's Chris Jackson. Reggie Williams out of Georgetown, #1 draft choice of the Clippers. Jackson with that hanging jump. Chris Jackson came into camp in great shape. He had lost 20 pounds over the summer. He has played well for the Nuggets this season, averaging almost 19 points a game.
Oh, Horace, step with that baby hook. You had him about a foot away from the basket.
10 to go on the clock. Jordan off a screen by Cartwright. Ellis controls the rebound of Mutombo. A little over 3 minutes gone by in this first quarter. Reggie Williams again from the outside. This time he's there.
Nobody picking him up. The Bulls are getting confused, I think, coming back of the guy that's guarding them.
Jordan gets by Williams, double teamed on the drive. Cartwright picks up the loose deflection and sets for the jump. Mutombo's got the rebound. Here's Jackson. Reggie Williams again is open. After missing his first 3, he's hit 2 in a row. Nuggets with a 2-point advantage. Cartwright finds Pippen. $25 from McDonald's, 2 charitables every time a Chicago Bulls slam dunks during tonight's game. Jackson bumped by BJ. Ellis way outside. This is the motion offense Dan Issel has installed here in Denver. Liberty given the outside jumper. He's been shooting poorly, although still 41% at home, 32% on the road. That doesn't equate to much of a percentage anyway. Going to give a guy an outside shot of shooting like that. Jordan tried to split the defense, lost the handle. Ellis to Williams, intercepted by Pippen. Scotty's got the numbers big time in his favor. Nice feed, BJ to Horace Grant for a thunder slam. BJ Armstrong with the assist. Bulls back on top by 2. Coming up on 7 minutes left to go, first quarter. Ellis is open as he slides inside. Nice adjustment. Fred and the Nuggets appear to be able to spread the floor and get open shots each trip down.
Well, what they did is twice now they've worked a pick and roll, and it's been very easy baskets for Ellis.
Armstrong freed up off a screen by Cartwright. BJ second from the field. He has 4. 6:40 left to be played now in this first quarter. Bulls by 2. Chris Jackson. Rebound Mutombo. Mutombo not getting as many offensive chances in terms of set plays. They're not going to him like they did offensively last year. But he does get offense off of rebounding. Leads the team in offensive rebounds. Pippen hits from the outside. That is Scotty's second from the floor. Bulls back on top by 2. I was looking at Mutombo. I believe he's got 139 offensive rebounds. Horace Grant has 183. Mutombo took a few steps on that drive. Foul coming up anyway. No travel. But a foul coming up on the Chicago Bulls. Horace Grant picks up the foul. It is the first on Horace, or the first on the team. We come to a break in the action. 5:57 left to go in the first, and the champs lead it by 2. Third, when the Bulls take on the Dallas Mavericks, it's Fujifilm poster night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls poster compliment of Fujifilm.
Here's the last play. Phil Jackson was hollering about. He thought Mutombo ran with the ball, and possibly did. But the foul was on Horace Grant, so Mutombo will shoot 2 free throws.
He took one of those Texas steps that Olajuwon takes. You know what I mean?
Tell me about Texas anymore.
All right.
Oh man, am I glad we're out of there.
We spent about a year down there last week, didn't we?
And besides that, the food was hot.
Yeah, very hot food. Here's Mutombo. Kembe, not the best of free throw shooters.
Doesn't look like he has made up his mind yet how he wants to shoot it.
No, it doesn't, not at all. Played on the national team at Zaire. Speaks French, Portuguese, Spanish, and 5 African dialects. In addition to English, obviously. Dikembe 1 out of 2. Bulls by 1 as Pippen sets it up. Pippen gets the step on the baseline. Feeds Horace Grant. Had it slapped away by Liberty, and a foul coming up. Marcus Liberty with his first personal foul. Second of the team.
Scotty breaks down. He's coming around now. Mutombo picks him up here, and he finds Horace coming in. Horace comes in, tries to put the ball down, but Marcus Liberty on the non-shooting foul.
And the Bulls load the offense. Leading by 1. MJ. Nothing but cord for Jordan, his second from the field. Chicago enjoys a 3-point advantage. Coming up on 5.5 minutes to go. First quarter. Williams looks for Mutombo momentarily. On the drive, Liberty.
Well, their forwards are really wide open, aren't they, tonight?
Every trip down the floor.
Right up.
Whistle coming up here, stopping the action. Vonzo Ellis picks up the foul. Bulls on the inbound. Corey Williams is on for Chicago. There's the field goal shooting stat. Pippen misses for Chicago. Ellis the rebound. Reggie Williams. Liberty is there. Horace Grant got a piece of it. Corey Williams comes up with it. Jordan to Pippen.
Nicely done. And I'll tell you what's happened happen here. Now, Corey Williams comes in the game because BJ starts, but they need some points off the bench. So Phil takes him out, saves him for the second unit, comes in quickly with a defensive player in Corey Williams to try to stick Jackson.
Liberty off the feed from Mutombo. It'll belong to Chicago.
Here's that bullet pass by Michael there. Bing, underneath the basket. Who's there, Scotty? Wrap it up.
And the Bulls reset the offense, leading by 3. Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Cartwright finds Grant. Horace connecting to the outside. He has 6 points now. He and Pippen with 6 apiece. Bulls leading by 5. Mutombo. Reggie Williams. Oh, nice feed. And Ellis, who was tripped on the play. Cartwright came across to help out.
Scotty hurt that ankle again. He went down.
Bill Cartwright picks up a foul.
Every game, Scotty turns that ankle. Been coming away a little gingerly.
And it was the same thing for Paxson, banging that knee, it seemed like, every game. Let's see if we can pick it up here. There's the foul on Cartwright, his first, second of the team. And then
comes down on his ankle, as you can see.
Robert Pack is in the ball game for the Denver Nuggets. He will up-tempo this thing in a hurry if given the opportunity. Pack, a former free agent with Portland, made a good Portland team a few years ago as a free agent, which is an accomplishment. Reggie Williams, 15 to go on the shot clock. Mutombo on the block against Cartwright with the right-handed hook. Sweeping hook. 3-point Chicago lead. Coming up on 3.5 to go, first quarter. Corey Williams, first guard off the bench tonight. Horace Grant given the open pop by Ellis, and Horace says, why not? He has 4 from the field and 8 points. And again, the lead is 5 for Chicago. Pack accelerating on Jordan. Mutombo way outside. They work to Williams. Williams guarded by Scottie Pippen. Bulls just cannot afford to give Pippen the kind of rest he needs to heal that ankle. Reggie with a wild shot. Issel was very upset with that shot. Williams to Pippen. Scottie off the glass. Didn't measure it well. Mutombo the rebound. Bulls by 5. Robert Pack on the drive.
He went through there like a bullet, didn't he?
Exactly. That's the kind of acceleration he can bring to the game. Jordan gets the step baseline on the reverse, but a foul. Foul is on Mutombo. His first and the third on the team. Timeout Chicago. 2:34 left to go in this first period of play. And the Bulls lead the Nuggets by 3. Take on the San Antonio Spurs. It is Sports Channel Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls hat compliment of Sports Channel.
Here we take a look at John Paxson last year, 53%. He's 7 assists a game. This year down in all areas, and they miss Pax. They really miss him, the outside sniping.
Now,
you know, we could see this. You and I could see this. His elevation in the Houston game was not there. Boy, a shooter like Pax needs to be able to get off of the legs. And
last 4 games, Pax was 5 of 15. That's just 33%, and we know he's a better shooter than that when healthy. There's the horse, of course, Dan Issel. Worked 4 years as an analyst here. Of course, was a star player here and star of the ABA as well.
A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Oh, he's backed over. Over and back on that play.
Yeah, he did.
Pick it up. Ellis on the drive. Jordan the rebound. Corey Williams trying to hit Scott Williams. Broken up by Robert Pack. Wow, he accelerates.
Robert Pack with the slam all the way through.
Nuggets are back to within 3. Jordan. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Scott Williams. It will belong to the Denver Nuggets. Todd Lichty in the ball game for Denver. Dan Issel looks on. Pack and Lichty, the backcourt combination. Mutombo up front with Ellis and Williams. Bulls by 3. 10 to go now on the shot clock. Ellis. LaFonso hitting 47.8% from the field on 6 points in the game tonight. Scott Williams. Corey Williams.
Pee-wee gets his first hoop of the game.
Corey's going to see a lot more time in the next week or two, I've got a feeling. Pack. Left unattended on the switch. Mutombo with the rebound. Got a loose ball foul coming up. It's on Bill Cartwright, his second. That makes 3, make it 4 team fouls on Chicago. Each team with 4 team fouls. Here is Will Perdue up off the bench into the game, and Bill Cartwright gets his first break of the night. Once again, Will did not find a razor in Texas nor here in Denver. Mutombo cleared out, everybody, and missed the hook. Now let's back to Williams. They've got a fresh shot clock. Reggie hurries anyway. Finally gets the bounce. Kind of like a pinball up there, John.
A second chance point, 2 points on it.
Under a minute to go. In this first quarter, Chicago lead is down to 1.
The middle jumper. To the baseline.
Michael is fouled. Lichty and Pack picked him up. Todd Lichty gets called for the slapping foul. We'll make that Robert Pack on the foul.
Michael getting ready to go to the middle. He comes out his side. Pack hits him on the right arm, but you're right. It could have been called either way, 24-14, but Pack picks up that foul.
Michael Jordan at the free throw line has hit a pair here tonight. Michael shooting well from the line, 85%.
Michael holds the record here for most points by an opponent in McNichols Arena, 52. Also, Charles Smith has come up with 52, and he was with the Clips, I believe.
Michael now with 8 points of the game. Feed to Robert Pack. He was fouled by Corey Williams. So this will precipitate free throws with 34.3 seconds left to be played in this first period of play. Corey's first personal.
Corey Williams up, trying to block the shot. I don't know if you're that small if you want to try to lead the league in block shots. I think you want to get your body in front of the guy and then not give him a good look at the basket. So Pack comes off the bench, and quickly he's got 5 points.
Robert Pack, his last 12 games, shooting 51% from the field and averaging 12 points a ball game, and that is good production off your bench in the backcourt. 6 points for Robert Pack. Nuggets are back to within 1. We're first period of play. Michael Jordan. Rebound contested. Up for grabs on the floor, and Corey Williams comes up with it. Corey surrounded.
They went for a 2-for-1. They got the ball back anyway.
About a 1 second differential shot clock to game clock. Game clock is in the right-hand corner of your screen. We're winding down the first period of play. The Bulls are leading by 1. Jordan being pressured. Time winding down to the shot clock. Michael gets it away. No, but a foul.
Our old friend Scott Hastings on the foul with 2.9. And that was kind of a tough call. He makes the move in, and Hastings looked like he had a good defensive play here, but Jordan is going to go to the free throw line.
Michael back at the line. He hasn't missed from there yet tonight. Has hit 5 in a row now. You realize Scott Hastings, who will never be mistaken as an offensive threat in this league, led Arkansas in scoring 3 straight years.
Yeah, he's not a bad long-range shooter either, three-point shooter.
10 points for Jordan now. Time winding down 2.8 seconds. You're going to get it away in time. Robert Pack gets it away as the buzzer sounds and almost banked it home. End of 1 period complete. Michael Jordan fuels the Bulls with 10 points. Grant had 6. Pippen had 6, and the Bulls lead by 3. Phil Jackson's Bulls had the advantage by 3 over the Nuggets here at the end of the first period of play. Horace Grant 8 points, Scottie Pippen 6 points, Michael Jordan 10 points, the leading scorers for the Chicago Bulls here in this first period of play. There, the first quarter numbers. Bulls shot very well from the field. They shot pretty well in Houston the other night in the first quarter, and then fizzled from there. Pippen to Will Perdue. Oh, Scott Williams, nice jam. First 2 points of the night for Scott Williams.
Now this club is into it with its team. Denver shows you a team now that if they use the motion offense, they've got the right thing. Good shooters from the outside, small players.
Todd Lichty with an off-balance jump. Will Perdue. Trent Tucker left the basketball. Robert Pack comes up with it. No, but a foul. And big Will Perdue. That ball was all over the floor. Nobody get a handle on it. They were trying. Here Pack picks it up, and he just makes the charge. He left his feet, and as he left his feet, he couldn't hold his position there. And Robert Pack at the free throw line. Acquired from Portland on October 23rd for a second-round draft choice. So the Blazers have to feel good about that deal. You see Horace Grant come back into the lineup for Chicago in place of Scott Williams. Will Jackson making the adjustment. The point is, Robert Pack started his career as a free agent with the Portland Trailblazers, and they ended up developing him, and they get a second-round draft choice for him.
He came into camp and worked himself right into a team that was contending for the World Championship.
Not easy to do if you're a draft choice, Red, much less a free agent.
A first-round draft choice.
Yeah. Chicago lead is 4. Opening minute of play, second quarter. Perdue against Hastings. Scott Hastings picks it up. His second. First down the team.
Will takes the ball down the side. He misjudges the basket as he comes back out. It's not quite that close, but he's going to shoot 2 free throws there.
Watch him get the step here to the baseline. And Hastings not real good defensive position on that play. Will Perdue has his first point of the night. Perdue played well at Dallas. An extended tour of duty. Mutombo back into the lineup. Scott Hastings leaves, and now technical foul called on Scott Hastings. Technical foul on Scott Hastings. And B.J. Armstrong heads to the free throw stripe.
Well, I'd like to congratulate Pete and Margaret Shinetti and their son Francis, and they just had a baby boy. And also, I just saw a young player that was one of the premier quarterbacks in the Chicagoland area, Tom Grove, a former Riverside Brookfield Bulldog. Well, here we go. They've got Scott Hastings sitting down, trying to cool off a little bit. So Bulls pick up, what, a 3-point play on this.
3 free throws on that particular possession for the Bulls. Robert Pack clears it to Mutombo. Gary Plummer also in the lineup now for the Denver Nuggets. Pack clears to Mutombo. Dikembe has 7, and the Chicago lead is 5. Scottie Pippen off a screen by Horace Grant. Nice roll by Grant. Missed the jam. Lichty fighting for the rebound. It was last touched by the Bulls anyway.
Yeah, Horace was inside, thought he had that slam. Gets the pass from Scotty, goes on up, and is there a block on this shot? Yeah, I would say there's a block on that shot by Mutombo.
Dikembe got a piece of it. No question about that.
Chris Jackson back in the lineup now.
So they're going with Pack. They move Lichty up front. Jackson joins Pack in the backcourt. Jackson had it blocked on the play. Knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Denver Nuggets.
I think Tucker gets that block.
I believe you're right. MJ looks on from the bench. Corey Williams coming up into the ball game for the Bulls now. I don't know if they're going to allow the substitution at the moment. Apparently they're not going to allow it, or are they? Yes, now they are. Corey Williams comes on for Trent Tucker.
Well, Trent leaves after tying his high this year, a block shot. One.
Jackson. Rick that time.
Horace Grant came out and gave him good pressure that time. He had to shoot over that big hand to Horace.
Here's Pippen against Lichty. Trying to feed Purdue, knocked away. Nuggets on the run. Robert Pack, stopped by B.J. Armstrong, deflected out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by Pack. Either Pack or Lichty that deflected it out of bounds. Dan Issel, boy, the look on his face.
Yeah, it came out of the pack somewhere. I look at that floor as I look at the monitor, and it reminds me of that floor at the Boston Garden I've seen so many years.
All except the markings.
What do you call that?
Parquet.
I thought it looked like butter. Horace with
boy, did I get sucked into that one.
All right.
Horace has 10 points. Pack on the penetration. Jackson from the outside.
Long two.
You know, the thing about Jackson, Red, is that he can play the point for you, and he does for the Nuggets in their starting lineup, but he can also swing to the two-guard spot and become a scorer for you. Scottie Pippen off the glass for Pippen. He has 8 points. Michael's taking a extended rest on the bench here in this first half of play, has he not?
Yeah, Phil gave these guys practice for 2 days here.
Pack on the drive, but
Gave them 2 days practice, and the reason was, you mentioned the mile high. He wanted to get them running in this altitude, not have to feel that during the game.
B.J. Armstrong. 7 for B.J. Yeah, they came directly from the airport on Friday afternoon right to McNichols Arena for a workout. Phil said normally players just hate to do that, and his team is no exception, but they had a pretty good workout. And, of course, the shoot-around this morning. Mutombo with 5 to go on the shot clock. There's that big hook. Almost like a windmill. He has 11 points. B.J. Armstrong into the post down low. Horace Grant, and got a foul coming up here.
Good to see Horace go hard to the board. It's
Gary Plummer picks up the foul. It's his first, second of the team.
Scotty takes that step underneath, or Horace takes that step underneath and tries for the layup, gets the foul, and Gary Plummer with it.
Gary Plummer is an interesting type. He was a second-round draft choice at Golden State back in the early to mid-'80s. Spent 7 years playing in Europe and made the Nuggets this year. Michael and Phil Jackson talking it over as Jordan is checked back in. And Horace makes good on his first to the free throw line. 11 points for Horace Grant so far. Horace at one time this season was shooting less than 50% from the line. He's at about 61% now, and you can take a look at his log at Houston.
The Bulls have only 2 players in their entire roster that are shooting not only from the free throw line, as Liberty, I believe, is going to get the foul here. Yes, he does. 2 players shooting over 50% from the field, and that's B.J. Armstrong and Will Purdue.
3-team fouls now on the Denver Nuggets. Liberty's second personal foul. Armstrong from the outside for 3. Mutombo takes it down. Jackson. Will Purdue is there. And it triggered loose by Liberty. Jordan trying to chase it down and does.
He's got Plummer. He doesn't know who it is. You may want to take him to the hole. Get away, he says.
Michael going baseline illegal defense on the Nuggets. It's the first illegal defense call on Denver. Robert Pack, the guilty party.
Michael looks up. He's like a lot of the superstars in the league. He looks up and he sees the jersey number 45. He says, 45? Who's that? I better take this guy to the hole.
At least find out what he can do. Bulls have a fresh shot clock. Jordan, the quick release. Michael's first 2 points of the second quarter, has 12 in the game. Chicago's lead is 8 points. Jackson to Ellis. Here's Williams. Mutombo against Purdue. Jackson. B.J. Armstrong in among the trees for the rebound. B.J. on the run. Will Purdue picks up off the dribble. Got a foul coming up here. It's on Mutombo. Kembe colliding with Will Purdue. Second on Mutombo, and that is 4 on the team as Dan Issel paces in front of the Denver bench, and Mutombo and company head back to the bench. We've got a break of the action. 7:17 to go, first half. Bulls have stretched the advantage to 8 points. Bulls battle the Seattle Supersonics. It's Miller Lite Static Sticker Night. First 10,000 fans 21 and older will receive a Bulls Static Sticker compliments of Miller Lite. And what's on tap? Well, news break per usual. Phil Jackson, one-on-one with Chuck Daly. Highlights, stats, and NBA scores all coming up at halftime.
Offensive foul on
Horace Grant away from the ball.
Boom, he went in, set that screen. So Horace picks up the foul. That's his second.
There are the numbers. Bulls shooting very well in this quarter. Shooting pretty well for the game. 61% to say the least. And 91% from the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
Which is astounding. They've already been to the free throw line more in this game tonight than all of the other night in Houston. All of Thursday night in Houston. Reggie Williams off the mark. Alfonso Ellis makes good on it. Good-looking rookie. 14 points a game, getting 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Steal by Reggie Williams. Liberty back the other way. Ellis stopped by Purdue. Liberty open. Pippen up high with a rebound. Loose on the floor. Purdue digs it out of there. And Michael Jordan. Horace Grant left unattended. Nothing but cord, and Horace having a strong ball game here tonight with 13 points. On the drive, Reggie Williams. That's what he does well off the wing. 8 points for Reggie. The Bulls lead again at 6.
That transition defense not there. The Bulls make the jump shot. He turn around. He run back the other side, and there's the guy laying it up.
Armstrong double team, kicks it to Purdue. Nice dish to Grant. Boy, that was a good pass.
Yes, sir.
15 for Horace. Again, the lead is 8 for the Bulls, equaling their largest lead of the evening.
Horace 7 out of 9 from the field.
I'll tell you what, the Nuggets just aren't the same team in the half court.
Oh, right.
They really struggle the half court offense. Now Horace Grant comes up with a steal. Michael Jordan 2-on-1. B.J. Armstrong's ahead of the pack. B.J. has 9. 10-point Chicago lead, largest of the evening. Timeout, 20-second timeout taken by the Denver Nuggets and Dan Issel. The Chicago lead for Phil Jackson has been stretched to 10 points.
You and I will go into Salt Lake City and relax a little bit. And, of course, Arnie Harris will be taking a couple days off going to Vegas. You know who he's going to watch?
Yeah. You know,
he's been invited to see Sinatra.
Yeah. You know, John, now, Arnie Harris, our producer-director, gets these big-time invitations. And I know you and I are going to enjoy going to Utah and relaxing a little bit. But we could change our plans for Sinatra. You know what I mean? We could be flexible
Did
on
I ever tell you about the time in the Chicago Stadium I sang with Frank Sinatra?
No.
Yes, sir. One of his last appearances there, he looked out the audience and he said, "Would you please rise and sing the Star Spangled Banner with me?" And I did. There you go, guys. Hey, Arnie, have a good time there.
Arnie sucked me in again on that. I should have known. It got me again. You know, the rarefied mountain air is just getting to me after a while. Take a look at this number. Second chance points. Nuggets working the board, but nonetheless, they trail by 10. Get out of my Denver on the attack. Coming up on 5 minutes to go first half. Reggie Williams penetrating. 10 points for Reggie Williams, all of it from the field. 8-point Chicago lead. 5 minutes straight up to go in the half. Scott Williams backing Ellis. Purdue with 5 to go on the shot clock.
Baby Hook is there.
The turnaround off the glass. Liberty the rebound. Ellis ahead. Reggie Williams on the run. Taken down literally by Will Purdue. And on Purdue, his second personal. Only the second of the team. The free throws, 11 already tonight for Chicago.
And here they come. Michael makes a shot at the steal, and Reggie takes it on in and draws the foul. But Will's got to take the little hook step into the basket. These guys want to take that shot, that fadeaway bank. You get in the paint, and you miss the shot. You're right underneath the basket.
Here comes Stacey King back into the lineup. Stacey back on for Will Perdue. And Reggie Williams puts in on the free throws, has 12 points. Denver back to within 6. 4.5 to go. First half of play. B.J. Armstrong finds Jordan on Williams.
Good block. Good block. They had a double team. Michael couldn't come back. He was behind the basket. He couldn't come back with the ball.
Nuggets set up. This is Pack. In close, Ellis. There's that hook shot. 10 for LaFonso Ellis.
But they come back with 6 points. Bulls had a 10-point lead, 50-40.
Jordan bottled up momentarily by Williams. Bumped with Williams, and a foul coming up. Blocking foul on Reggie Williams, his second. Puts Denver over the foul limit with 3:53 to go, first half of play. Michael back at the free throw line. Reggie Williams leaves. Nuggets make a switch now. Bryant Stiff will be reporting on for the first time in a while.
Yeah, we didn't think we'd see him, did we?
No. MJ makes good on his first. Bryant Stiff, #1 draft choice out of Virginia. Very good defensive player. Who was starting to play real well for this team when he suffered a broken foot. Been on the injured list since early in the season. Michael misses the free throw, his first miss of the night. Made 1 out of 2 at the line, 13 points for Jordan. Bryant Stiff picked up by Jordan here in this particular sequence. Nuggets on the attack. They trail by 5. Pack on the penetration. Ellis, nice dish to Mutombo. Good ball movement in the half court by the Nuggets on that trip. You know, at times tonight, John, they've looked very awkward on the half court, but there have been flashes where they've moved the ball well and spread the floor and gotten some great shots inside. Timeout, Chicago. Standing ovation for the home-standing Nuggets. They're back to within 3 of the world champs. Round 1, the Illinois Lottery's newest basketball instant game. You could win a heat-sensitive Bulls t-shirt or part of $12 million in cash prizes. Nuggets have charged right back into this game.
Bulls have got 4 turnovers in this quarter, and now the Nuggets hit 5 out of their last 7 shots.
And the Nuggets have been on the run in the last 2:07. Chicago basketball, leading by 3 are the Bulls. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, first half. Bulls spread the offense a bit. Michael Jordan and way up on Scott Williams. Offensive foul on Scott Williams. It's his first. Nuggets a chance to close to within 1 or tie the game with a 3-pointer. Liberty taken away by Pippen momentarily, collected by Stiff. From the outside, Stiff. Mutombo working the board. Nuggets have had the upper hand and second chance points here tonight. Pack penetrating, got stopped by Scott Williams. B.J. Armstrong picks up the foul, his first. That's only the 3rd on the team. Marcus Liberty will trigger on the inbounds. Denver on the attack. Bulls leading by 3. Watch quiet crowd. Pack on the drive. Left it short. Liberty! Scott Williams comes up with it. Bulls on the run, 3-on-1. Stacey King. Jordan Pitt wouldn't go. Mutombo clears. Interception by Jordan. Pippen. Mutombo got a piece of it. Williams tips it again. Mutombo back after Robert Pack. Nuggets back the other way. Numbers in their favor. LaFonso Ellis. No. Hang on. Got a foul on the floor. Foul coming up on Stacey King. It is King's first. 4th on the team.
Take a look at this sequence. Jordan comes on in, throws it to Scotty. Scotty goes up, gets the ball partially blocked. Williams comes up, taps once, taps twice. Here they come down with the ball packed down the middle around his back, going in hard, sees a man on the right side, and then the foul.
Non-shooting affair and that foul. But the next one will be a bonus situation for the Nuggets. Under 2 minutes to go in this first half. LaFonso Ellis rings it in. Ellis with 12, having a strong first half, and Denver has cut a 10-point deficit down to 1. Now we hear the crowd. Jordan. Bulls have gone cold. Michael gets a reprieve and cashes in. 15 for MJ. Bulls by 3. Ball was deflected loose after that field goal by Jordan. Now they set things up. And Issel looks on from the Nuggets bench. Stiff loses the handle on it. Scottie Pippen, B.J. Armstrong. That was easy. 11 for Armstrong. 5-point Chicago lead. Pressure in the backcourt. They go over the top to Ellis. Ellis on the drive. Challenged by King. Scott Williams the rebound. Stacey with the block that time. Here's Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen gets around Liberty. King, no, but a foul. Dikembe Mutombo, his third personal. Let's pause for station identification.
Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redker, our producer-director is Arnie Harris tonight here in Denver, Colorado, assisted by Joe Corneo. Great to have you with us across the country on WGN-TV Channel 9.
Stacey made a nice play on the other end with that block. He comes down, works hard, gets involved in the freelance offense. Let's take a quick look. Here he comes down, and he makes a beautiful block as they try to just force it down his throat. Nice play by Stacey. Michael's on the runway.
Here he comes.
Need it, yep.
And they didn't stop him, did they?
No, they didn't.
Michael with an unscheduled flight. Robert Pack back the other way with a penetration.
Really moved that ball up the court. Wow.
I tell you, he has some kind of jet on those feet of his. Jordan lost the handle on it. Robert Pack, 3-on-1. Behind the back to Williams.
And it bounced, and guess what? The Nuggets are right there at 3 again.
Final seconds, first half. 2-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Game clock's in the right-hand corner of your screen. Bulls are leading by 3, and they spread the floor. 3 to go on the shot clock. B.J. Armstrong leaves it short. Ellis lost the handle on it. They're not going to get a shot away as we reach halftime. Well, the Denver Nuggets trailed Phil Jackson Chicago Bulls by as many as 10 points, but Dan Issel and company working hard are right back in it as we reach intermission. 3-point lead for Jackson and company on the road at Denver. 57-54, Chicago leading Denver. We begin the third period of play. Chicago basketball. B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Bill Cartwright, Horace Grant. Starting lineup on the floor for the Bulls. Pippen out high. On the roll, Cartwright had it misdirected, I believe, by Ellis or Mutombo. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Bulls.
Yeah, he went right by Mutombo. I think Ellis slid over Bill scoreless in that first half.
Only the second shot of the night for Bill Cartwright. On the drive, Chris Jackson nicely done to get the Nuggets off the mark in this third period of play. Michael Jordan just underway, third quarter. Chicago lead is down to 1. Pippen in the corner. Horace Grant lost the handle on it. Blocked by Mutombo. Cartwright comes up with it.
They should get new. No, it didn't hit the iron.
No, it did not hit the iron.
Didn't make any difference.
Scottie Pippen hit it to the outside with about 6 to go on the shot clock. 10 points for Scottie now. This is Chris Jackson. Played only 15 minutes in the first half of play. Suffers from Tourette's syndrome, which is a disorder of the nervous system. Mutombo looks good on that finger roll across the lane. He has 15 points. Dikembe averaging 13 points a game.
I don't believe the Bulls have stopped a pick and roll.
I don't think they have all night.
Yeah.
No. Jordan gets a screen from Horace Grant. MJ from the baseline. Jordan with 17. Bulls back on top by 3. Early going, third period. Jackson setting up the offense on the half court. Not a lot of motion right now by the Nuggets. Ellis backing Grant. They almost cleared it out for him. Now Liberty to Williams. 3 to go on the shot clock. Reggie gets it up, and I think MJ might have gotten a piece of that. Scottie Pippen. Pippen accelerates. Got knocked away. Liberty to Williams. BJ is back. No match for Reggie Williams on the run. 16 for Reggie Williams.
Scottie.
Technical foul coming up.
Scottie Pippen on a technical. He came down, had the ball stripped. They went on down the other end, and Reggie Williams gets the layup. And they've got a chance to tie the Bulls here with a technical foul. Jackson, there's one Jackson, and here's another Jackson.
Still a perplexed look on his face at the Bulls bench. Chris Jackson puts in on the free throw, tying the game for the first time since it was 12-12 back in the first quarter. Opening 3 minutes in this, the third period. Nuggets and Bulls dead even at 61. Pippen at the point. Jordan loose at the baseline, right around Reggie Williams. Williams on the run. Jordan with the stop, the steal, and the jam.
The poster play for Michael. That's his second steal of the game. He's the leading NBA stealer.
He's led the Bulls in steals the last 9 games. And take a look at Michael in full flight.
Man, poster play for the MJ, man.
Bulls on top by 2. LaFonso Ellis again. Boy, he's hit a couple of those now. 15, 20-foot jumpers. He has 14. Jordan up and firing, gets it right back for Chicago. And Michael scored 6 points here in the third period. 21 of the ball game. Liberty picked up on a switch by Horace Grant. You know, the Nuggets don't get a lot of motion in their offense in the half court every trip down the floor. Jackson had it blocked by BJ. Jackson, I think, was trying to throw a pass to Mutombo. 4 to go on the shot clock. Mutombo with that sweeping hook. And a fresh shot clock as it comes off the rim to Liberty. Jackson to Mutombo against Bill Cartwright. Dikembe strong across the lane. 17 for Mutombo.
That's the way to take the shot. That's the strong suit of a big man. If you can shoot that little bit, you go to the paint, you shoot the right-hand hook.
Cartwright posting Mutombo. Left it short. Chris Jackson on the run. Reggie Williams. And the Nuggets lead it by 2. Jordan penetrates a bit. Armstrong open on the outside, and that ties the game. Mutombo had 17 when these two teams met back at Chicago Stadium in November, and he's already at that level right now. Chris Jackson, nice hits off the glass. He has 5 in the third quarter, 9 in the game. Nuggets back on top by 2. We are third period of play at McNichols Arena. Jordan, I believe, was pushed by Williams. And now Reggie, wait a minute, third personal foul.
Yeah, I was 1 ahead. I had him for his 4th, but you're right, only 3.
There's Dan Issel. Bulls reset the offense now. Horace Grant out high. Corey Williams back into the game for Chicago. Michael Jordan. MJ now with 23. He has 8 points in the third quarter.
What was it? A technical foul. A foul. Technical
foul coming up.
Reggie Miller, yeah. Okay, Michael Jordan will shoot it. It happened so quick.
Reggie Williams, I looked down at my score sheet. And
I looked up there and
and they're setting up for a tee. Reggie Williams picks up the technical foul. Jordan puts in on the free throw.
Well, that's 3 tees we've had. Remember, we had one early by Scott Hastings. And Scottie Pippen just picked up one, and now Williams.
Dan Issel, I was reading a quote from him in the newspaper today, said, hey, we're playing with no pressure in this game. Nobody expects us to win. We're just going to go out and play aggressive, play loose, and take advantage of an opportunity if we can. Nuggets in the half court on the offense. 7 to go on the shot clock. Ellis again from the outside, about 17 feet. Alfonso Ellis with 16. Up on 6.5 to go, third period. Jordan off balance.
Oh, Michael's got the stroke, isn't he?
Michael Jordan now at 26. I've got him for 26, right? Is that what you got? Robert Pack penetrating. Pippen reached in, and Scottie gets called for the foul. Scottie with his first. That is only the first team foul on the Bulls here in this third period. 6:22 to go in the third. Phil Jackson will circle the wagons. His Bulls lead by a scant 1-point margin. A selection of Bulls hats, T-shirts, jackets, and other NBA merchandise. Visit the official Bulls team shops at any one of the Chicagoland Carson Perry Scott stores. And as usual, a good-looking crowd in attendance when the Bulls take the floor, wherever they take the floor. Chicago leading at the moment by 1 in this third period of play. Chicago shooting well, but Denver executing exceptionally well in their offense.
Bulls 7 out of 11. Michael 5 out of 6 in this quarter.
Liberty. Robert Pack. Lichty. 8 to go on the shot clock. Lichty turns on Jordan and throws it away to Cartwright. Bulls moving quickly. Pippen. Grant had it knocked away. Gets it back. Nicely done, Horace Grant.
Great athletic ability. Had it knocked away and in the air, recontrolled it, redirected it, and gets himself 2 more.
Robert Pack. LaFonso Ellis. Pack couldn't handle the touch pass off the rebound by Ellis.
Take a look at Scottie comes up, gives it to Horace. Watch this. He loses it up in the air and gets it again. Nice job.
Under 6 minutes to go in this third period of play. Turnovers for both teams. Dead even in that dubious category. Scottie Pippen.
Oh, that was around and in.
Oh, he had it 3/4 of the way down. Robert Pack.
He went so fast even he couldn't control it.
Mutombo fouled by Cartwright. Bill Cartwright's third personal, only the second on the team. 5:18 to go in the third period of play, and the Bulls leading by 3. And Mutombo heading to the free throw stripe.
I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Ken Hill, Buffalo Grove. He's 26, a big Bulls fan. I know he's watching the game tonight.
Up in beautiful Buffalo Grove.
Look at that big old bandage, Arnie, on that left thumb of Mutombo's.
Dikembe is 18.
Last time we played against a guy with a big bandage like that, he wiped us out. Wasn't that Alonzo Mourning?
Yeah.
The big one in Chicago.
Exactly. Almost like a club. Here's Chris Jackson setting himself at the line. There you go.
Last year, I think he tore that up.
Yeah, he had a thumb injury, I know, at one point last season. Mutombo for his second at the line. 19 for Dikembe Mutombo. Nuggets back to within 1. Biggest lead was 10 points by the Bulls in the second period of play. They led by 3 at halftime. Jordan. Rebound claimed by Mutombo in impressive fashion. Todd Lichty. Robert Pack. Jackson to Ellis. Backing Grant. Lichty gets the step baseline. Lost his footing. Cartwright takes it away. Pippen was bumped hard by Ellis. No foul. Pippen trying to hit Grant, knocked away by Jackson. Corey Williams resets the offense. Jordan being held by Pack. And finally a foul. I tell you, Robert Pack almost got a bear hug on him. Second foul on Robert Pack. That is the second of the team.
They tried to anticipate the pass in from Bill Cartwright, and now Armstrong will come in for Scottie Pippen.
Scottie gets a break. 2 points in the third period, 10 in the game. And again, he rolled that ankle once again in the first half of play. Jordan. Lichty with the bump.
Lichty came up to try to put the clamps on Michael right away, and he really is too slow to try to get that close to him. You might want to step back a half a step.
Bulls again reload the offense on the half court. Fresh shot clock. Cartwright. Quick move and a jump hook. Gets it back. Knocked away by Ellis. Jackson to Pack. To Lichty. Well done by the Nuggets in transition, and Denver leads by 1 as we near 4 minutes to go. Third period.
There's Lichty trying to get right up tight in Jordan, and all he does is put him in the... You put him in the bonus with that one, or is that 4?
That's 4 on the team. Lichty's second personal. You're right, Red. I mean, maybe that's what Dan Issel is saying to Todd Lichty. You just can't play Michael Jordan that tight. Jordan, good move around Lichty. Rebound, Cartwright rejected by McConville. Jackson, Pack, nice shovel to Ellis. And it counts.
Jordan with the foul.
On Michael Jordan, his first, third on the team.
Beautiful pass underneath. Michael gives you reaction. So the crowd really rallying here, and this is one thing Issel said phase 2 was to come back and win your home games. They're trying to do that. Alfonso Ellis with a great play, but Robert Pack is making this club go. It's not Chris Jackson.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Robert Pack has come off the bench. He had 9 first-half points. He's put some speed on here. The Bulls have to get back and try to cover up. He fires the pass underneath, and Ellis is able to knock it in.
Trent Tucker is back into the ballgame for Chicago. Tucker and Armstrong, along with Jordan, form a 3-guard contingent, essentially, for the Bulls, with Cartwright and Grant up front. Alfonso Ellis completes the 3-point play. 19 for Ellis in the game. Nuggets leading it by 4, their largest lead of the evening. Jordan against Lichty. Michael has had an astounding third quarter. 28 points in the game, 13 in the third quarter. He's literally carried this team. They only have 6 points by the rest of them. Jordan has done the majority of the scoring for the Bulls. That shot by Jackson off the mark. Michael with 13 of the 19 Chicago points in the third period. Nuggets leading by 2. Jordan again against Lichty. Again he takes the J. Lichty is there for the long carom. Jackson on the run against Tucker. Jordan got a piece of it. Ellis.
Michael upset because nobody followed up. He says, I made the block of the shot. Nobody followed it up.
Standing ovation for Issel and the Nuggets. They lead the world champs by 4. Fujifilm poster night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls poster compliments of Fujifilm. Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr, McNichols Sports Arena, the foothills of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado. The homestanding Nuggets leading the Bulls by 4. And the Nuggets have done it with a pretty good run in the last 5 minutes or so. (9-2) the run in the last 4:45. Under 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. P.J. Armstrong. Scottie Pippen against Robert Pack. Pippen a big height advantage there at 6'7", and Robert Pack goes just 6'2". So the Bulls have closed within 2. Again, the second chance points category. The Nuggets have led it all night. Coming up on 2 minutes left to go. In the third, Chris Jackson. Scott Williams the rebound. Williams and Cartwright, Pippen, Armstrong, and Grant. The quintet on the floor at the moment for the Bulls. To go on the shot clock, as you can see in the left-hand corner of your screen. Pippen looking to post again. Turnaround on Pack once again. Williams is there. Fresh shot clock for the Bulls. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. BJ for 3. LaFonso Ellis up high for the board. Chris Jackson to Ellis, tipped away from behind, I believe, by Pippen. Tipped up by BJ Armstrong. Here comes Horace Grant. Scotty is open. Gives it up to Cartwright. No. Offensive foul on Bill Cartwright. Used the elbow, and that's his 4th personal foul.
Bill's 4th personal foul as he comes in. He pushes Mutombo away. Good call by Jack Neese. Cartwright 0 for 5 in the game.
And Bill tonight on the offensive end, Red, has struggled here tonight. Meanwhile, Dikembe Mutombo having one of his biggest games with 19 points. High-point game of the season for Mutombo is 26 points. Shot clock at 10 now. Reggie Williams. You know, you never have to worry about the shot clock when Reggie Williams is on the floor and you've got the ball. You know what I mean? He's going to get it up there. 20 points for Reggie Williams. Under a minute to go in the third. Nuggets by 4. B.J. Armstrong. Yes. 15 for B.J. The lead is 2 for Denver. Let's see if the Nuggets go for 2 for 1 here. Robert Pack trying to make something happen. Boy, he just penetrates again.
The guy can't hit a 10-foot, 15-foot jump shot, and they put pressure on him. He weaves through everybody, and he ends up with the deuce. What a great game Robert Pack has going.
11 for Robert Pack now. Scottie Pippen with a sweeping hook shot. Cartwright had it blocked cleanly from behind by Williams. Grant misses from the outside. It's knocked out of bounds by Scott Williams. It will belong to the Denver Nuggets, who are fired up and believe they've got a chance to win this basketball game.
Bulls shoot like they have the last minute. They'll shoot themselves right in the foot up here.
4-point Nugget lead. Time winding down. No shot clock. Game clock. Right-hand corner of your screen. We're at third period. Pack again. Got to the hole. Scott Williams releases over the backboard as a tough third period comes to a close for the Bulls. But the Nuggets feel uplifted with the kind of quarter they put together. They trailed by 3 at the half. They lead by 4 after 3 complete. Michael Jordan and the Bulls were outscored 30-23 in that third quarter. And Red, Michael did his part. He had 13 of the 23 Chicago points in the third quarter. Third period stats. That's not through 3 periods. That is the third quarter. The Bulls shooting way down from what it's been in the first 2 periods of the game tonight. Denver Nuggets. Reggie Williams unloads from deep. 4-2. 22 for Reggie Williams. Largest lead of the evening for the Nuggets at 6. Opening minute, 4th period. Jordan, one-on-one with Williams. Michael reaches 30. Points, that is. He'll reach 30 later, next month?
February 17th.
Yeah.
Same day as Joan Kerr.
Pack sets it up. Plummer is in the ballgame now for the Nuggets. Reggie Williams had it tipped away from behind by Michael Jordan. Reaching around, almost had a pick from the pocket, so to speak. Bulls are trailing by 4. Steals per game. Jordan ranks 2nd in the NBA.
Number 1, really, if you talk about his total.
On the drive, nice dish. Pack to Plummer on the reverse. Well done by the Nuggets. You know, they're not showing an awful lot of movement in their half-court offense for running a motion offense, John, but what they are getting is great penetration from Robert Pack.
Yeah, they're getting a breakdown. They're really getting a breakdown.
Armstrong There's not a lot of motion away from the ball tonight for the Nuggets. They are getting it done on the half court. Pippen leaves it short. Mutombo the rebound. Fouled by Scott Williams.
Mutombo with 15 rebounds.
Blocking foul, B.J. Armstrong.
B.J. thought he had made the right play, and here comes Corey Williams now. B.J. felt he had real good position that time, but not to be.
B.J. picks up his second personal foul, first on the team. Corey Williams up off the bench, back into the game quickly for B.J. Armstrong for the Bulls. There's Robert Pack. Marcus Liberty. Plummer trying to feed Mutombo off his hands. Pippen to Will Perdue. Yep, scrambling the call.
I'll tell you, not a real good game for the centers for the Bulls tonight.
They are struggling here tonight. Two minutes gone by. In this, the fourth period of play, and the Nuggets lead it by 6. The Bulls again crowding that league-leading fewest turnovers per game figure. And we have a lot of time left in this fourth quarter. Robert Pack took a jumper and loaded a brick, but he gets it back. Pippen pries it loose. He's ahead of the pack. Held by Liberty, and Pippen will be forced to take 15-footers instead of a jam. Liberty with a good foul. His third.
Looks like that foul was from the back, though, doesn't it? He's not in front of him.
I would think this would be intentional.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would think.
He's behind him. It doesn't have to be violent.
Exactly.
He's behind him to take him out of the play.
And, of course, the intentional would be 2 shots of the ball on the side.
Yeah, it just depends on the degree of the foul.
Then there are 2 different degrees. One, on a foul like that, if that was an intentional foul ruled by the officials, the Bulls would get the ball out on the side. If it was more aggressive than that and they ruled that it was a second-degree intentional foul, then he would be thrown out of the game, LaFonso Ellis. Or not LaFonso Ellis, but Marcus Liberty. Scotty makes good on a pair. 14 points for Pippen. The Bulls trail by 4. Pressure in the backcourt now. The inbounds Reggie Williams. Liberty. Hard shot. Scott Williams tries to move and travels. Boy, the Bulls are just, like you say, shooting themselves in the foot here. There's the brain trust. Can't quite believe how this one's going right now. Bulls trail by 4.
The best effort the Bulls have had out of the center, if I'm not mistaken, is the one Stacey King started and got himself, 19 points.
In Dallas.
Did a good job. Now, the degree of the toughness of the team, I guarantee, is not,
Yeah, they've played better than Sean Rooks since then.
Good pounding the ball over, but that's what Scotty, I think, wants to tell him.
Yeah, he is. Pippen's second personal foul, and that is the second on the team. Things are not going well here, although the Bulls trail by just 4. Almost 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. Liberty to Mutombo. The Bulls have played what? This is Jackson for 3.
The last 20 games,
the Bulls battling themselves for the rebound, and Mutombo comes up with it. He was going. Will Perdue.
Looked like he was traveling music.
Still loose, and Scott Williams tries it away from the forest. Pippen to Corey Williams. 4 for Corey Williams. On this trip, David Robinson at San Antonio, Sean Rooks at Dallas, Akeem Olajuwon in Houston, Mutombo tonight. With a thunderous slam. Where did that come from? The Nuggets back on top by 4. So obviously, when you look at the center position for the Bulls, yes, their most productive night was Dallas. And it's not hard to reason why. Jordan. Rebound pried loose momentarily. Perdue takes away from Liberty. Bulls slamming the board hard. Liberty finally is fouled by Williams.
This is being very atypical of the way the games have gone for the Bulls in the last 15 games. Coming into fourth quarter trailing. Phil looking down his bench trying to figure out, how do I put this fire out? The Bulls cannot win the board game. Now Will goes over to Terry Durham and he says, I was standing right there. That guy came and jumped right over the top of me. But that's been, don't hate to pick on the centers, but I'll tell you, it's atypical of what has happened here. They are going right, have no respect for the Bull centers.
Scott Williams, second personal foul. 3 team fouls now on the Bulls, and Horace Grant is in the ball game for Will Perdue. Shot clock winding down on the Nuggets. Scott Williams intercepts the interior feed to Michael Jordan, broken up by Reggie Williams. Nicely done defensively by Williams to defuse that fast break by the Bulls. Nuggets are leading by 4. 7:50 left to go as Issel urges on his troops.
Scott Williams only 2 points in the game, but he's been doing his job in the board. He has 10 rebounds.
Will Perdue in his stint of the first half had 4 rebounds. Michael Jordan swings loose. MJ with 32, his average. Bulls back to within 2. 7.5 to go. This is Chris Jackson. Dikembe Mutombo. Mutombo with the up fake. Horace Grant picks up his 3rd personal. 4th on the team.
Mutombo gives the move. He gives the fake. Horace comes up, lay underneath at a glass.
And there it is again as Mutombo with that strength, great upper body strength. Not disturbed by the challenge of Horace Grant.
They got 3 guys sitting at the 21 mark.
Mutombo is one of them. Dikembe came in averaging 13 points a game. But he's been much more a piece of the offense here tonight, Red. They've gone to him a little more often than they normally do. 10 to go on the shot clock for the Bulls. Horace Grant looking to post Ellis. Michael Jordan. 4 to go. Jordan up high. Reggie Williams on the foul. And on Reggie, that's his 4th personal. 2nd on the team. Not at all happy with the call. Got a timeout, Chicago. We have 6:58 left to go in the 4th. The Nuggets have a 4-point edge. Have the San Antonio Spurs coming to the stadium. It is Sports Channel Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls hat compliments of Sports Channel. Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr, Arnie Harris, Joe Corneo and crew in Denver, Colorado, McNichol Sports Arena, where the Nuggets are defending the home floor well. They are 12-7 at home. Bulls have never had a sub-500 month under Phil Jackson. Right now, Red, they are 7-7, and this is the last game of the month. So that streak is in jeopardy tonight with the Nuggets leading by 4. 6:58 to go. There's Coach Jackson. Jordan, 32 points tonight. 9 of 10 from the free throw line for MJ. Look at what he's done the last 4 games from the field. Jordan with 34 here tonight. Chicago trailing by 2. This is Chris Jackson. They want Mutombo in the post.
Offense, yeah. He gets Scott Williams with an elbow right in the chops.
Scott Williams feels the effects of that big elbow. Number 4 on Dikembe Mutombo. Pick it up here, Red.
Yeah, we see. Watch that left arm. Wow. Yep. That hurts.
And those are massive arms on Mutombo. He is a big guy at 7'2" and 245. Michael Jordan looking for room. Jordan gets the baseline. Scott Williams on the drive. Yes, and a foul. Foul is on Liberty.
Marcus Liberty. Beautiful play underneath. Beautiful play underneath. Michael Jordan comes down. He drops it. A tough pickup and a left-hand layup as he went up through the net. That would have been a goaltend anyway, or it had to be a goaltend. Watch McHenry's hand.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So Scott Williams gets the hoop, and the Bulls have a chance to regain the lead here.
Here's the guy that really has fueled, as you said a moment ago, the Nuggets. Robert Pack is back in the ball game.
The Pack is back. Last time we heard that it was up in Green Bay, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Williams missing the free throw. Bulls keep it alive. B.J. Armstrong resets the offense. We're tied at 92. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the 4th. 10 to go on the shot clock for the Bulls. 7 to go. BJ gets the step on the drive. Williams the tip, no, loose ball foul. And Scott Williams gets his third.
Bulls come away without grabbing the tie. They grabbed the tie, but without the lead.
Team is over the limit. Nuggets have 3 team fouls. Marcus Liberty on the Nuggets bench. There's Phil Jackson. Let's pause here for station identification.
Good shot.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Dikembe Mutombo back at the free throw stripe for the Denver Nuggets. There's the horse.
High this year is, 26, I think.
Yep, 26 is his high.
39, maybe his pro high.
He's 4 out of 6 from the line is Dikembe Mutombo. Puts in on a pair is 23 points. The 9 o'clock news follows our ball game immediately after our ball game. Bulls again trail by 2. 6 minutes straight up to go in the game. Scott Williams on the perimeter. Here's Michael Jordan, guarded by Reggie Williams. Jordan for 3. Mutombo, the rebound over Scott Williams.
For big rebounding numbers by the opposing centers against the Bulls. That's 17 now for Mutombo.
It's got to be close to a rebounding high for him. There's Mutombo going to work once again with the sweeping right-handed hook shot. Scott Williams the rebound. Bulls back in transition. Horace Grant on the turnaround. Right loose again by Mutombo. 18 rebounds for Mutombo. His season high is 19. Reggie Williams tipped away by Scottie Pippen, picked up by B.J. Armstrong. Here's Scottie. Let's fly with about a 22-footer. Scottie Pippen has 16, and the Nuggets need a timeout. 5 minutes straight up to go, and the Nuggets and the world champion Bulls are deadlocked at 94. Night, first 10,000 fans, 21 and older, receive a Bulls static sticker, compliments of Miller Lite. Phil Jackson, an uneasy pace in front of the Chicago bench. The Bulls and Nuggets tied at 94. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. This is Robert Pack. He's picked up this time by Jordan. Chris Jackson. Pack back out front. Under 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. 5 to go. Pack spinning move. Mutombo blocked by Pippen and a foul. Scottie contesting. Picks up his 3rd personal foul. Mutombo back to the free throw line.
Now Pack comes down again. It looks like there might be the foul. It's just a little bit unintentional, and Mutombo goes up as Scott Williams had to go over to try to pick up the man. Back to the free throw line.
Mutombo, 23 points. He's 5 of 7 from the line. His career high is 39 points. Career rebounds, 22. Both set last year. His season highs this season, 26 points and 19 rebounds. Mutombo staying on 23. He's got a second free throw coming up. 94 apiece for time. There are the headliners in this game. A lot more offense has been geared for Mutombo here tonight than is the norm for the Nugget offense under Dan Issel this season. Mutombo misses a pair. 4.5 to go. Jordan penetrates. I believe Mutombo got a piece of it. Pack left it short. Williams cleans it up. 24 for Reggie Williams. Nuggets by 2. Pippen, Scott Williams. MJ. Jordan with the turnaround over Pack. Rebound on the play by the Nuggets. Here's Pack. 3:45 to go. Nuggets by 2. 7 to go on the shot clock. Ellis over Grant. Mutombo the rebound. We got a foul coming up. Foul is on Scott Williams, his 4th. On a loose ball foul. And Issel's done a good job with this Nuggets ball club. Remember, they lost 14 in a row from December 5th to January 5th.
It's another game. Michael will shoot below, or has at this stage is below the 50% mark, 12 out of 26.
Mutombo missed his last 2 at the line. Studies this one.
He's thinking a little bit too much up there now. The Bulls are going to freeze him a little bit with a timeout.
He came in at 67% from the free throw stripe, did Dikembe Mutombo, and the Bulls take a timeout. Still trailing the Nuggets by 2. The producer director of Bulls basketball is Arnie Harris. Our coordinating producer, Bill Borson. And our associate producer, Joe Corneo. Chicago Bulls and Denver Nuggets. Dikembe Mutombo has missed 3 in a row at the free throw stripe. He's back. Nuggets are leading by 2, 3:33 left to go. 24 for Mutombo. A sigh of relief from the Nuggets bench.
Well,
3.5.
Cleveland had a 10-point lead here with about 3 minutes, and boy, they just couldn't clean up the win. And here it is.
BJ off the mark. Mutombo and Williams going at it. Fouls on Scott Williams. Loose ball foul. He is very frustrated. His 5th personal.
He's one of the few now that's in there battling, though. Scott is high this year, is 11 rebounds. He's got 12 so far tonight, and here they go after it. He tries to keep it going. Horace Grant's got to step up now and really go after that board. Mutombo with 20 rebounds in a game.
You're right. They've got Ellis slamming the boards. They've got Mutombo with 7-2 and 250 out there slamming the boards. You've got to have more than Scott Williams going after the ball on the glass. And Mutombo hits another one at the free throw line. He has 25. Nuggets by 4. Still 3:20 to go in the game.
They've won 14. The Bulls have lost 14, and it's hard to tell at this stage which was the first place team.
25 for Mutombo. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go. Nuggets by 4. Horace Grant. Pippen from the outside. And a density block. Here comes Williams, and he is held on the play. B.J. Armstrong gives up the foul. Did he have a partially blocked on that, or did he just try to drop it?
I have no idea. I think Scotty was trying to take the shot. Let's take a look out here. Here he goes up. I think he's going to take the shot. Absolutely. That's why Scotty is all bent out of shape. Not only they get away with that, they have to go down the other end, and you've got a great free throw shooter here now.
Reggie Williams at almost 80% from the free throw line.
Slowly creeping out on the Bulls. It was a tie at 92.
3 minutes left to go now in the ball game. 26 for Reggie Williams. Nuggets have reached the century mark. Bulls have 94. B.J. Armstrong up and firing. Scott Williams the rebound. Kicks it right back to Michael. Jordan going to work. Guarded by Jackson. Double team by Pack. B.J. for 3. Williams knocks it loose, and he's out of here. Loose ball foul, Scott Williams. 6th personal foul. Leads the game with 2:32 to go.
Scott Williams really battling the boards hard. He loses the battle this time. 14 rebounds. A high for him.
It is slipping away.
Yes, sir.
The Nuggets lead by 6, and Mutombo heading back to the free throw stripe. Thirteen free throw attempts for Mutombo so far. 2 more coming up here. Dan Issel has orchestrated his young team into a Well, on the verge of knocking off the two-time defending world champions. Stacey King replaces Scott Williams in the lineup for Chicago. Dikembe Mutombo, 25 points.
They have been very effective of keeping teams under the century mark, too.
Timeout, Chicago. 26 for Mutombo. Standing ovation for the Nuggets. 2:32 to go in the game, and Denver's lead is 7. Well, this road trip will continue for the Chicago Bulls. They head up to Salt Lake City to take on the Utah Jazz on Monday night. And then it's out to the West Coast. We will pick them up. Our next television game coming up on Thursday night, when the Bulls take on the Los Angeles Clippers. Thursday, February 4th, 9:30 start Central Time here on Channel 9. And it has been a struggle of a road trip for the Bulls thus far. They lost 2 out of 3 in Texas and are on the brink here in Denver.
Well, the Bulls have shot in this quarter 5 for 18, 28%. They got their work cut out. If you would like to look for something to say about it, 2:32 to go. Looking around and being puzzled.
The Nuggets are 2-21 when trailing at the half, Red. They were trailing 57-54. But the Nuggets are 10-2 when leading after 3 quarters. And they were leading 84-80 after 3.
Yeah, they're 2-19 going into the final quarter if they are behind, whether it's a point or whatever it is. So what a big swing around they have at that stage. You know, you lose John Paxson, and you figure you're going to have some problems with the guards. Well, they did, not with Chris Jackson, but Robert Pack. But the big people have destroyed the Bulls on this trip.
LaFonso Ellis has not scored in the 4th quarter, Red, but he had 21 points in 3 periods here tonight.
Now, he's got 9 rebounds. You got 30 between Mutombo and Ellis.
Mutombo back at the line. Nuggets lead it by 7. Make it 8. 27 for Mutombo, season high. Under 3 minutes to go. Under 2.5 to go, I should say. Jordan backing Robert Pack. The fadeaway. Michael with 36. Bulls need offense. They need it quickly. They need stops on the defensive end. They trail by 6. Still over 2 minutes left.
This was football. This would be a running play, wouldn't it?
Yeah. 10 to go on the shot clock. The Bulls did not score for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. This is what the Bulls need right here.
I believe it was their ball going out of bounds, but when Ellis touched it, the Bulls get a little break here, so they've got to come back with another score.
Off the Nugget turnover, Chicago basketball. Under 2 minutes to go. 6-point Denver lead. This is Pippen. Michael had it stripped away. Going to belong to Chicago. 21 to go on the shot clock.
See, they worked this dummy play right away. Michael will be underneath. Scotty drives right underneath, and ball is kicked out of bounds.
The inbounds to Jordan. Michael up and firing, 38 points.
He's looking for the foul. Somebody came at him at the body.
Bulls are back to within 4. Minute and a half remaining here in the Mile High City. Jackson loses to Jordan. Robert Pack.
Turn to the side. 2 in on the side. Yes. And Issel's going crazy.
Dan Issel is up and jumping. He is arguing in animated fashion. They are calling, yes, 2 shots and the ball on the side. Intentional foul. Dan Issel needs a timeout for himself. A minute 22 left to be played, and Michael Jordan will be heading to the line.
Here's the play. Chris Jackson drives down the middle. Michael steps out and steals. It's a foot race. Pack right with Michael. Michael's going to take it in, and
You know, the key is, did he get him from behind or did he get him on the side? But it's intention. There's no question of what he wants to do.
This is absolutely what we were talking about when Scotty broke loose and Reggie Williams, or Liberty,
Marcus
got him
Liberty,
from the back. We thought that might have been that kind of foul, but the Bulls will come back here in great stead. They're going to have a chance to get 2 free throws, the ball on the side, out of bounds.
The Nuggets 102, the Bulls 98. And there's the game reset. Still 2 timeouts plus a 20 for the Bulls. Bulls are over the foul limit. Nuggets have, well, the next foul on Denver pushes them over the foul limit. They have just 1 timeout left plus a 20. There's Scottie Pippen. Each team, Red, if I'm not mistaken, does have a delay of game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there are the Nuggets around Dan Issel. A moment ago, the Nuggets enjoyed an 8-point advantage.
The Nuggets look like they're ready to put this thing away.
These are the people who carry the mail. Michael Jordan for the Bulls, Mutombo and Williams. 38 points, that should read, for Michael Jordan. 38 points. With a couple of free throws coming up. And, of course, Mutombo, Reggie Williams, and really LaFonso Ellis with 21 points in the first 3 quarters of the game. Big players for the Denver Nuggets. Michael Jordan goes to the line. 2 free throws, and the Bulls get the ball out of bounds.
10 out of 11 from the line for MJ.
85% coming into tonight's game from here.
Misses that one. Crowd really loves it.
MJ.
Missed them both. Missed them both. It almost reminds you of the triple overtime game last year in the first quarter up at Utah. He missed a couple free throws down the stretch. But the Bulls are behind. They have a chance here to close it up again.
B.J. Armstrong. Nuggets pressuring. Yep.
He lost it.
They pressured on the perimeter defensively, and B.J. lost the handle out of bounds. 2 free throws missed by Michael with 1:22 to go. B.J. Armstrong turnover, and the Nuggets now with a 4-point lead, and we're coming up on a minute to go. Turnover story you saw a moment ago. Williams gets by Pippen.
What a tough hoop by Reggie Williams. Nobody wanted this kid. What a tough hoop.
28 for Reggie. Under a minute to go. The lead is 6. Michael with a bullet feed to Stacey King. And it's going to Denver. Oh, a couple of miscues. 2 missed free throws. 2 turnovers in a row. And now Michael commits the foul here. And all of a sudden, the situation looking bleak for the Bulls. A moment ago, if Michael puts in on the 2 free throws, they get the ball on the side. They score on that possession, and it's a tie ball game.
Right, you're down only by 2.
Michael Jordan, 2nd personal foul. Phil Jackson, it's been a long road trip, and I don't mean in terms of number of days. Robert Pack, perhaps a nail in the coffin. 7 points the lead for the Nuggets. Pack has played big. 12 points don't tell you the full story of his impact in this game. Timeout, Chicago. 44.7 seconds remain, and the Nuggets again have an 8-point advantage.
Well, we talked about Dan Issel getting this team into phase 2. First of all, he wanted to make sure he had the players he wanted to use, and he has done that. Phase 2 is trying to protect the home court advantage, and they have certainly done that.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Bulls and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Chicago Bulls. Well, we mentioned the road trip. It continues to Salt Lake City tomorrow. They'll play the Utah Jazz on Monday night. Then Wednesday night in Sacramento against the Kings, followed by the Los Angeles Clippers on the 4th, and that is our next telecast here on Channel 9. And, you know, Red, the back-to-back situations have not boded well for the Bulls this season. They are 9-3 in the first game of back-to-back contests, but just 6-6 in the second of back-to-backs. Don't forget the news from Channel 9 follows our game here tonight.
Well, with 5 minutes remaining, since 5 minutes remaining, you got 44.7 remaining. The Bulls are 2 out of 10. They've really hurt themselves, and of course, from the free throw line, the 2 missed free throws didn't help them at all. Here's a real funny, interesting stat for you. This club, only 14 wins, is not lost to an Eastern club here on this floor. Of course, when they go the other way, it's a little different, but they've developed something here, and this team is back here at least to charge for home. Look at that, inside points, 48-28.
A lot of that from Dikembe Mutombo. Jordan looks for 3. Reggie Williams commits the foul. Reggie picks up his 5th personal foul, sending Michael Jordan to the line.
Well, MJ missed 2 from there. Let's see if the crowd gets hooting.
Well, you know they will. 38.7 seconds ago, 106-98. Nuggets on top. Corey Williams will be coming in after the Jordan free throw. I think Mike may have run out of gas.
Yeah, he has got the sombrero here in the last 3.
After what did he hit? 10 of his first 11.
Yeah.
.39 for Michael Jordan. Pressure in the backcourt. Bulls have to make something happen in a hurry. Inbounds to Chris Jackson. Clears it to LaFonso Ellis. Jackson double teamed. Ellis is fouled by Horace Grant. 4th on Horace Grant. Crowd behind us yelling for an intentional foul, but not the call by the officials here. Scott Hastings on that Nugget bench saying, hey, we used to win a couple of games against the Bulls when I was with the Pistons.
Well, this guy's got to read the book here. There is no such thing as an intentional foul. There is a flagrant, but there's not an intentional.
Exactly. But hey, Red, he paid big bucks for that seat right behind us.
You better believe he did.
He has a right to call for an intentional foul, whether it's in the book or not. LaFonso Ellis has not scored since the 3rd period of play. He had 21 points through 3 quarters. 22 now in the game. 107-99 Nuggets. Scottie Pippen back the other way.
I don't think Horace has scored either.
Michael for 3. Mutombo, another rebound.
Another foul by the Bulls. Mutombo with 22 rebounds.
Stacey King, believe the man who got hit with that foul.
Don't make any difference now, Wayne. With 18 seconds, you don't even have to dig for it. Bullies look like they're up to their neck. And
you saw that graphic on what the Nuggets are able to accomplish when they hold the opposition under 100 points, and the Bulls sitting there at 99. And Mutombo back at the free throw line. My goodness, he shot a month's worth of free throws here in this game. What are the numbers on his free throw shooting? You could see the board.
He's 15 out of 22. Wait a minute, 9 out of 15. I'm sorry.
Some players don't get to the line that many times in a season.
He's got so many doubles there. He's got 22 rebounds next to it.
There we go. Mutombo puts in on a pair. 10-point lead, Denver Nuggets. Scottie to Michael. Quick release, contested, and I believe somebody got a piece of that one. It looked like Robert Pack. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go to the Chicago Bulls. Well, the crowd up and cheering now. This one is over. Matter of fact, it has been for about the last minute. Scottie Pippen, 3 for 3. Scottie with 19. But this a big win for this young Nuggets team. Here comes Robert Pack, LaFonso Ellis. As time expires. You would think that guy lost. He won. Denver Nuggets tonight. 109 102 over the Chicago Bulls. And the Bulls on this road trip fall to 1-3. They have lost 4 of their last 5. We'll be back to wrap it up. AT&T long distance play of the game, the only tray of the night for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen in desperation dialing long distance. Our next telecast on Channel 9 will be between the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Clippers. It'll be next Thursday night, February 4th. Our telecast begins at 9:30 p.m. Here tonight, the Bulls suffer their 15th loss of the season, equaling the number of losses they had all of last year. Dikembe Mutombo, 29 points, 22 rebounds, as the Nuggets more than made up for a 33-point pace.